Have you ever been on a lake and looked down into the dark water and realized you don't know what's underneath you? That unsettling feeling that there could be something lurking in the depths? I'm Kitty, and I have thalassophobia, and I'm about to attempt to play Dredge. This game is my worst nightmares come to life.
Jeez. Oh. Ah! He's chasing me! Ooh. Holy! You're huge! Look at that guy!
The lighthouse is supposed to be a beacon of hope, but for me, it's a beacon of suffering, because I began my journey by crashing into the cliff. The mayor runs up making sure I'm okay, but not without a few laughs aimed in my direction for running into the lighthouse in the first place. No, sir, I did not see the lighthouse. Do you think I would have run into it if I did? He's thankful I'm still breathing because their last fisherman disappeared, and they're looking at me to be the new one. Sir, did you not just see me crash into the cliff with a lighthouse? I don't think I'm the best candidate for this, but okay. So for some reason they trust me and tell me to go catch some fish. Inside of my inventory, I have a fishing pole and an engine. And then I have pursuits, which is basically a quest. The first one wants me to catch fish. So let's go do just that. We disembark off into a beautiful sunrise. This game is so charming. The art style, while being kind of grungy, has this beautiful, somewhat nostalgic feel to me, almost like some of my old games that I used to play on the PS1. So in order to fish, you need to look for these little splash ponds. Then you go up to them and you hit start fishing. Hit F when it's over the green. And there you go, we got ourselves a fish. After doing this a couple of times, we start filling up our inventory. As you notice, each fish takes up a certain amount of slots. As you fish, the time goes up. The game's in-game timer only moves when you're moving your boat or you're fishing. The shadows beneath the water tell you what fish you're gonna get. As you can see, this one is a little bit different. It is an L-shaped fish. Hitting the right click allows us to rotate. Missing a pull will turn it red, giving you less time to pull in that fish, and ticking your clock up faster. As you fill up, you start to run out of inventory space, so make sure you place things accordingly. Some fish only come out after a certain time of the night, like these squid for instance. As you can tell, I'm not the best at this minigame. I get better later on. So now with a full inventory, we have no choice but to head back. And now it's gotten quite dark. And up the top here, you can see the eyeball is freaking out just a little bit. That means our stress level is going up. In order to lower the stress, we either need to use our light or go to sleep. Since my light is already on, sleep is the only option. The mayor is there to greet us as soon as we dock our boat back at Greater Morrow. He's thankful we returned in one piece, and kind of shocked. Yeah, me too, dude. He mentions that he tried to fix my boat, but it was too broken, so they're going to loan me this one. And in fact, I can buy it off of them. All I have to do is catch fish and sell them. So he directs me to the fishmonger. It's a bit smelly in here, but that's to be expected with rotten fish. This guy buys all of the fish. After chatting with him a bit, I decide to sell my fish to him for $137.02. The mayor is waiting outside and thanks me for my contribution. He says in no time at all I'll be able to fix up the island for them, which means I can get upgrades. He hands me a research piece and then directs me to the shipwright. She has a ton of upgrades available for me. The fishing poles in this game have different water types: shallow, volcanic, oceanic, etc. So it is crucial to buy more than one fishing pole throughout the playthrough. I buy one for the shallows because that's my next quest. This gives me access to both coastal from the starting rod and to the shallows that I just purchased. It is nighttime, but I'm going to go ahead and head back out and try to fish some more. That ends up being a wonderful idea as I nab myself one of the golden squid. Any fish can be golden, and that's considered a trophy fish. These sell for a lot more, and are really good to get at the beginning of the game. Because it's so late and my stress is so high, I start seeing illusions. Like this rock, for instance. That's not real, but it certainly does damage if you run into it. I've played this game a little bit before and know I need to put 2 2 squid in storage for now. Time to end day 1 with a nap. After a much needed nap, I head back to the fishmonger, sell my haul, and then head out to fish again. Today's goal is to catch as many fish as possible to pay off that loan. That way we can start exploring the rest of the islands. I was not expecting such a beautiful game to scare the living daylights out of me, but don't worry, it's coming. The fishmonger has a quest for me. He wants one of the flounder that I just caught and an eel. I haven't caught an eel yet, so let's go get one. Oh, I severely hate these ones. I'm really bad at these. And there we go. It becomes night again, so I try getting a squid, and look at that, we got another golden one. On the way back tonight, I noticed that there is a pillar off to the left. I'm very curious what that is. I give our friend the fishmonger his eel, and then the 2 squid that I caught came in handy. See, I told you I needed them. He still wants a fish that I haven't caught yet, and I'm honestly not sure where to get it either, so I sell what I got and I head out. Upon exiting, the mayor greets me again, and he's in a fantastic mood. I reached my goal of paying off the debt, and now we get to explore. But first, we need to visit the shipwright, because we have upgrades. Upgrades is a whole new system, allowing us to use materials to upgrade various components on our ship. This is big news and going to help tremendously in beating the game. Time to sleep the second day away. The moment my eyes open, an old wench greets me, looks at me with concern. She asks why I'm here. Well, I honestly don't know. I would like to leave if that would be okay, but I can't leave. I have to complete this. If only for my pride in saying that I actually was able to complete this game. She doesn't like my answers, and she leaves. Well, I talked to the mayor, and the mayor would like me to take something to Little Morrow, which is apparently the little island right across from Greater Morrow. And the item he wants me to take is dripping wet and smells like death. Oh, I'm sure nothing bad can come from this, can it? Oh, they will pay me for my troubles. Well, that changes everything. Give me that. And off to Little Morrow I sail. It's honestly not that far away, so I don't know why they're paying me. The dock worker, however, is happy to get his package, and I'm happy to get it out of my hands because it is still dripping wet and smells disgusting. He says it's nice and fresh. What in the world is that supposed to mean? Ugh! He pays me a whole $25. He also, for some reason, gives me a book. Okay, I'm not going to complain, but what is this for? Books, as we find out, are ways of passively leveling up certain skills. Very useful and needed for endgame. There are several of these books to collect. He also gives me a research piece. I finally learned what research is. It actually unlocks different poles and engines, pots and nets, which I only have one research part, so we'll come back to the research later. For now, let's explore. I make my way out into the greater ocean, just looking around a little bit here and there and hoping something doesn't come up underneath me. My heart is pounding and I am scared. I do not like being out this far. What is this? Oh, it's a bottle. Okay, we'll read that later because we are out in the middle of the ocean. I decide to go ahead and head home after fishing for a little while because it starts to get late again. That eyeball sure started freaking out a little bit. Alright, we made it back. Let's sleep away day 3. And I do wake up a little bit early because I want to check some stuff out. Not sure what the point of these letters in these bottles are, but perhaps they'll make sense later. It looks like it's nighttime, but it's actually really early in the morning. I found this, but it says that I need Dredge ability. Well, that is the name of the game. Oh, there we go. The sustainable fishing book is finished. So apparently now I have bonuses? What bonuses? 10% chance not to reduce your fishing stock when catching a fish with a rod. Oh! So like, when you fish, it won't reduce how much fish there are in that spot. That's useful. Okay. Lets you fish that area more. Time to head back and sleep off day 4. I sell to the fishmonger and he gives me a book. His book is something to do with rods, reels, and rigs. Now for day 5. I had all intentions of leaving the dock, but as you can see, I just did a 360 for some reason and returned to the dock. I think I forgot something. Yeah, apparently I wanted to talk to the shipwright. I don't know why. Am I gonna buy something? I buy an engine. That makes sense. Maybe a light? Ooh, you know what? Actually, a light would be quite useful. Yep, I also buy a light. Okay, all of that makes perfect sense. Now it's time to go back out. Okay, let's get a little bit of fishing done and then maybe some exploration. The game, however, had other plans. First, it gives me a goldfish. Cool. And next, it gives me an aberrant fish. That is the quest that I'm on for the fishmonger. So, time to go hand him over his fish. At first, he's not very pleased to see me, and then I show him the fish. His entire attitude changes, and he starts to stroke the fish and smell the fish. Obviously, he really likes this fish. A little creepy, but okay. I mean, if you're surrounded by fish guts all day, I guess the fish smell doesn't bother you. But it bothers me, so I am out of here. You take care and have fun with your little fish there, and thank you for the money. He pulls something out of the fish's mouth. Apparently a handkerchief, and he hands it to me for some reason, and I get another quest. This apparently goes to a guy that's on another island. Anyways, I sell the fish, and as I'm leaving, this guy pops up in my face. What do you want? Dude's been spying through my window apparently and knows what I took to the fishmonger. Okay, not creepy at all. He also knows that apparently something was extracted from its mouth. Bro, why are you stalking me? He tells me to meet him at Blackstone Isle. Apparently it's out south, and he has a business proposition for me and will be waiting for me. Yeah, not creepy at all. All of my alarm bells are going off, but let's go find out, I guess. So this island over here in front of us, this is Blackstone Isle. And this is where the guy said he'll be. Upon disembarking and knocking on the door, yes, he does in fact answer it. All while looking like a creep standing in the doorway with a giant book. What do you want, dude? This is not a way to impress a lady. He's apparently a collector of art and artifacts and treasures. Okay, why do I care? I have something for this guy. Okay, do you want the handkerchief? Here, you can have it. I don't want it. It smells like fish guts. Take it off my hands, bro. Thank you. He is really enthralled with this handkerchief. It is from an old sunken boat. There are more items from this boat. And of course, they want my help digging them up. Guys, what part of I'm not good on the ocean doesn't anybody on this world understand? Apparently everybody, because they are going to reward me for all of the relics I dig up. All right, fine. I have no promises, dude. I don't even know if I can leave my home for more than 5 seconds. I am terrified. But he gives me something called a dredge crane, and now I can go dredge up things that have fallen to the bottom of the ocean. Gosh, that sounds fun. Almost as fun as going to the dentist. Okay, dude, are we done here? Thankfully, yes, we're done, but it's dark now, and I'm not driving back home, so I'm gonna sleep my pretty little butt right here, thank you. After sleeping at this guy's dock all night, and thankfully somehow awakening in one piece, I leave Blackstone Isle in search of greater things. Or at least I would if it wasn't dark. Oh boy. Oh, no, I think I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. Yep. I sit there cowardly, spinning around in circles until the day finally passes a little bit, and then I book my way home, hoping something isn't chasing me. Please leave me alone. All the creepy ocean sounds when I'm just scared and my heart is thumping in my chest. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Get me home. I'm such a coward. Home sweet home, time to use my dredge. And the first thing I dredge up is this piece of wood. Now dredging is kind of difficult. You have to jump back and forth between these parts and not fall into the little holes. And it can be time consuming. With the wood gathered, I'm gonna go see if I can find some more by sneaking around these islands. Oh look, another message in a bottle. And then when I look to my left, I see a sunken ship and another message in a bottle and a bunch of stuff, but I choose to dredge first. I spend time dredging up several different items, including components to upgrade my ship. Then I dredge up the shipwreck, getting a ring and a belt buckle, as well as a metal scrap. My dredging escapades leaves me in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night, and if you know anything about this game, you shouldn't be out in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night. So I very cautiously, avoiding these stupid illusion rocks, make my way back home. Just around the corner I see something shiny. I go up to fish it, but it's just a regular fish. It is the fish that I need for the quest for the fishmonger though. So I head back to store it in storage, along with everything else I picked up, and back over to the shiny spot, another aberrant fish. So the sparkly spots tell you that there is a mutant fish in the area. That is useful information. It's already the start of day 7, and I haven't gotten very far, so I need to get my butt into gear. The grieving father on the island says he wants the belt buckle because it was his son's who crashed his boat. So I hand it over to him, and in exchange he gives me a research part. I pawn off the rest of the stuff that I dredged up so that I can get a little bit of money. Now off to see the fishmonger. Only the mayor interrupts me the moment I make dock. He asks if I've seen a photographer anywhere. No, I haven't. Apparently she went out to go take pictures and hadn't come back, so I guess it's up to me to go find her now. But first, the woman wants to talk to me about that weird eerie glow across the horizon that we've been seeing for the past couple of nights. She tells me to go try and dredge it up, so that's the goal for today. Then we meet a builder. She wants to build on one of the islands. Lady, you're crazy. She's asked me to gather materials for her. Okay, I guess I'll do that too. Once I get the materials, she wants help moving. I'm a rescue crew and a moving crew? Geez, nobody here can do anything without me, can they? It's pretty pathetic that somebody that doesn't like the ocean is the only person that's willing to go out into the ocean to do these things for you people, but okay. Now for the fishmonger's quest. So I grab the fish and I give it to him. He gives me money. Then he gives me a new quest and unlocks crab pots for me and gives me one. Now with this little pot thing, I can go put it in the ocean and catch crabs. I buy myself another one because it's always nice to have two of these. After speaking to the shipwright to repair my equipment, I head out and start catching crabs. To do that, you just throw the crab pot in the water and you wait. And here's the second one. We'll come back to those later. Our boat is equipped with a telescope. This allows you to zoom in and see fish all across the ocean. It also allows you to see undiscovered materials and fish that you can't get yet. I had a goal of dredging up that item, but I ended up wasting most of the day. Hopefully I can do it on day 8. Early in the morning, we harvest up the crab pots. Unfortunately, I only get the big crabs and I need the small ones too for the quest. Again, our goal today is to dredge up that item that was creating the red pillar in the sky. And here it is. So if you can see the little red bubbles, that means that this is a relic. And it's a little bit more difficult to dredge up. Every time you miss, you start over. And there we go. Got it. It's a giant key. All of those mistakes has left it being quite late at night, but I think we can get home anyway. Oh look, some sparklies. A mutant eel. Now here's where it gets a little bit creepy. Because it's night, and because I'm out here, I'm actually being chased right now, but you can't see it until I turn around. But you can hear him. Hear that sound? That is our anglerfish. The anglerfish is a fish that disguises itself as a rogue ship. One of many of the monsters in this game. He's relatively tame. We finally get our little common crab, and now we can complete that quest. For the next quest, he wants an aberrant fish. And he wants to know what happens if he eats it. So we're about to find out. I hand it over to him and he tells me to get out of the shop. After slamming the door behind me, he storms out. Okay, well. I take this opportunity to go talk to our little anglerfish. And he honks back at me. With that out of the way, I decide to head back home to go to sleep. And then I run into a freaking illusion rock, damaging my hull. Back to the shipwright to repair my ship before bed. It's day 9, and I still really haven't gotten that far. So today, I'm determined to go out there into the... Hello? Hello? So as I was saying, I'm gonna go out there and face my fears. Okay, let's dock. I'm nervous. I need to hand in the key anyway, so he comes to the door, and I hand him over the key. But he's not happy to have the key, because I don't have the lock that goes to the key. So now he's just mad at me that I brought him just a key. He tells me to get out of here and go get the lock. Just as I'm about to leave, the book starts to glow, and suddenly I unlock some kind of an ability called haste. Essentially, sprint. He tells me a couple of places where to get the next relics. He even marks them on the map for me, and then tells me to get lost.